I did the bald head yesterday. Matter of fact, I cut off my dreadlock I had on the back. I'm gonna let it. Everything's gonna be a new beginning here. This is a new beginning. I'm tempted to cut put on my scarf. It's morning here. I got the natural sunlight coming through the window. You know, I was saying I have my friend of mine, Circus Mind, said that it's entitled to me to use my whole voucher. I still had almost $300 left on there, so I can upgrade to a larger apartment. Be nice to have a balcony. I love this sunrise in the morning, though. I get the whole morning sunrise thing. I love this view. If I can get, I can't have both worlds, or can you? The best of both worlds. This is the perfect starter apartment. I can live here forever, or it would be a shame to not to take advantage of your things that's available to you. This be a sign of laziness or not being a good steward, burying something in the ground, not making no interest off of it. I have an opportunity to move to a better apartment, bigger and better, more blessings. My cup overflow. Let me tell you something. I'm facing backwards here while I'm talking to you. Let me move around. I had over 8 keyboards, and I had about 4 or 5 of them to give away to interns and students. I never got a chance. Nobody took me up on an offer. Every time I offered somebody, even drums, I even had the drums for the, there was a couple of young men that used to play drums outside. They used to do jazz rudiments and shuffles. Mostly they weren't playing go-go beats or regular funk beats. They were doing jazz shuffles, rudiments, a lot of rudiments out there, and a lot of people were shot over a lot of people's heads. But I did offer them, I told them, man, I got a whole drum set for you, man. Yeah, so he had bits and pieces. He never took me up on an offer. I've offered several singers. There was a guy in a subway singing on a little cheap keyboard. I told him I had him covered. He didn't. But that intern, my young lady, I'm waiting for her to contact me because her, for some reason, her email doesn't want to go in. Her email doesn't want to go in. Maybe I should send her a Instagram, but the email doesn't want to go in. I got the dots, gmail.com. Typed it in. Young lady, if you're out there, give me a holler. Give me a holler. This is her card. She says she don't do phone numbers. Focus. Nobody can never get a card to focus online. Focus. Let me tell you something. If you're advanced musician, you probably already know how to do this. But if you are an advanced musician and don't know how to do this, if you're a beginner musician, I have here 2 in my hand. Like I'm gonna do a magic trick. I'm gonna do a, I don't like the term magic because God does miracles, Satan does magic. And some of his magic stuff, I'm not even gonna talk about that. I ain't gonna give Satan the glory. I'm gonna give God the glory. Here we go. Here I have 2 what I call jack chords. It's a quarter inch. It's funny. I've studied I'm finding that some parts of songs that I play, I stutter on a song. That right here on this part, it's like a stutter. I hesitate and get stuck there. And then I got to learn the words to that. Like I say, a lot of times I'm frivolous. I jump around. You can follow me. I'm going to cut it. If you don't know how to cut, getting back to what I was talking about, if you don't know how to splice, matter of fact, these are shorts. This is really, really short one. This go from pedal to pedal, foot pedal. Guitar players usually use even shorter ones than these. Actually, let me show you something. Let me go over here to my, this is how you get exercise if you're a serious musician and you want to exercise your legs. One. Guitar players probably already know this, but if this is Bernie Royale from the Funkadelics, he used foot pedals. He used foot pedals on his his keyboards were old vintage. I used to think it was bad to have an old beat up keyboard, but now I realize that some of those keyboards were vintage keyboards and they just starting to remake some of those. Some of them were hard to come by. This is the extension. You can plug your pedals right next to each other with this. And back in the day, they were using these. You lined your pedals up. You always see the pedals right next to each other with these, but they realized that was extra wire. The point is, if you don't know how to do this, you can make a decision. If you want a really long chord, if you want two long chords, or if you want four of the same length, you cut everything right in the middle. You know this. I don't have to explain that to you. If you want a mismatch chord, so what I'm going to go for is mismatch. I'm going to cut this one in the middle, and then I'm going to cut this one to make it a little bit longer than it is. So I'll be making this one longer. Let me see. Or will I? Yes. So I'm going to, same length here. I'm going to cut these two right here. So this chord will be, sloppy job there. These two are going to be long, but this one, the short ones, these are going to be longer than they were. Okay. It's going to be longer, which this is what I really needed. Just a little bit longer to stretch over there. And these, since it's already long, I'm going to give this a little bit more length. And I'm not going to cut it right in the middle. not going to cut it right in the middle. I'm going to cut it a little bit over. Instead of in the middle, I'm going to cut it. And so this is just not even an inch difference. Got my front door open. People go to work in this building. So this will be here. These two go together. These is actually, still, you know what, that don't make sense. Because these are still going to be this. I messed up. Not really. Yeah, I did mess up. I shouldn't cut this in the middle because these two are going to still be the same. All I did here, you know what? I'm going to have to switch this around. Because if I do it like this, all I'm doing is, this is still going to be the same length. This is still going to be the same length. Where's my short ones? Yeah. This is going to be longer. And this one's going to be a little bit longer. So this is going to be a little bit longer. This is going to be a little bit, or is it? Let me see. I want to see. I want to actually see. I want to get them mixed up. No, it's shorter. That's making it shorter, but can't have your cake and eat it too. So I'm going to have 4. I'm going to have a little option here. This is going to be a little bit longer. You don't need to know all of this, but I just wanted you to know. Let me show you. You can get all this on YouTube. You should always have in your arsenal a nice pair. I'm not going to show you how to do this. You can YouTube that on another channel, but you should always have 2 pair of wire cutters. 2 pair. A big heavy duty one. This is small. You should have the one with more slots and wires to be able to cut more wires. This one can cut a few different wires. Have the little numbers on the side. I never use the numbers. I just should always have in your arsenal. Matter of fact, you should have a set of wire cutters to take outside with you, because you never know. It happened to me plenty of times where I broke a wire out there and I had to cut and slice. I used to ask people if anybody have a knife. I used to have to use my keys to cut it, or my fingernails to cut the wire. So it's always good to have your couple of wire cutters. I'm going to go knock this off early here. The point is today is I want to see if I can go from studio to studio today. I think I can do without my sign again, or making a deposit. Let me show you. I want to spend 3 hours on each keyboard, move from keyboard to keyboard. Plus, I need to get back into my sessions, my Pro Tools. I need to pull up some Pro Tools. Being out of shape, going outside, working on the weekend, that Monday takes me the day to get myself back together. You're supposed to always have a rest day. Let me show you what I have here as far as being able to jump from studio to studio. Excuse my. Let me see what we got here. Make it dizzy. I want to see if I can hold this camera steady. I never can hold this thing steady. Where's it? Oh, here we go. It's all tangled up. Okay. See, the sun is coming in through that window. That's why everything's dark. But this is here we are in Studio 1. I can't see the screen. I want to guess where the camera is. This is I'm not taking this Yamaha outside anymore. The balancing weighted action of the keys flipping it around and everything. The F key has come out of the joint. It has to do mostly with the sustain, but it would be nice to have this. I'm going to move this looper pedal around. For now, this would be my piano studio for practicing. Concert scales, exercising here. I got my bows in here. And I did bring the drum set in here. I'm trying to figure out. I want to use this. I want to play drums myself too. Everybody, back in my day, everybody played drums. The drums are all a part here. But what I'm saying is I use 3 hours in here for reading. Plus I got my my fake book for classical music. I need to get some of that up on my arsenal. I can use them for Christmas songs also. Christmas season. Get back on my Christmas songs. 3 hours exercise in here. Come back out. Jump past I need to spend 3 hours on here learning 3 hours learning the Phantom 8. Get my way around. I've been neglecting that. I haven't been neglected. I've been surviving. And I can get on Pro Tools, control everything here. Then I need to come over here and do 2 hours apiece on each one of these keyboards. This keyboard, really, I need to program my vocoder and figure out the best settings for the reverb and delay pedal here for the Corp D1 meat potatoes. So I won't be taking out that Yamaha anymore, the wave action. Oh, I thought I pulled the plug out. And the eye louds to go back and forth. The eye lights, when I go outside from now on, I'm just going to take one of the bows and I use the eye louds for monitoring myself. I put the bows right up under the keyboard and let it face the front. I need to program this Casio. This thing can do is more perimeters. You can program more perimeters in this keyboard than you can in the montage. I did put it up against the montage. This is it's not a $4,000 keyboard. It's $1,000 keyboard, but the perimeters, you have more perimeters in here than some of the big boys. So this is a really knockoff of a workstation. It doesn't record that good. It does have, you can record tracks on it, but I'm going to just using it for backup drums, and I can hit here, start, stop, and fills, and then I can split it, the bass, I can split the left hand and the right. And it has a lot of drum kits in here. Reverb, delay, quarter meter. I need to go in here and mess with some of these synthesizers and assign some of the quarter meter to the synthesizer right hand. I can double the bass in the left. I usually split the piano in the middle, piano right and left, and then I put something on the right hand strings, and then I add something in the bass. Of course, I always tell you, I always use my half damping pedal. So you can see under here, I have the wall warts are attached to the stand. So this stand will definitely be for this one keyboard. And I was telling you, a lot of times you need to have more than one adapter. The iLoud adapter over there for that rig is already hooked up. See, and you have everything wrapped up like this, so when you get out there, you won't be fumbling with wires. You wire your wires together, all your wires. With this one here, I think I need to undo the mixer. The mixer wire will be the only wire that's not going to be permanent. So I only have, then again, I'm thinking about using the other mixer. I do have a cheap mixer, but I hate to get all the way out there and find out that the mixer is not in stereo. So the point is to try to do all the way in Studio One. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to start, get you dizzy again, and I'm going to let you guys go. First thing I'm going to do is, I think you'd rather look at me than look at the shaky. I don't look too good in the morning. Starting here, scales, Beethoven, Brahms, Bach, Schubach, serious piano reading in here. Piano. This is the piano. I like that Nord. You know that wooden Nord. I would like to get that just for piano. If I get the bigger apartment, I'll have more room. Each room will be dedicated. Then I'll come in here, sequence. This will be a double. This will take 4 hours. I do 2 hours on a montage and 2 hours on Pro Tools or Studio One. Then, like I said, I jump over here and start preparing for outdoors. The outdoor rig. Make sure I program this here. Get everything tight. I have 2 options here. This one's lighter. That keyboard is heavy. And it's under 30 pounds, but it's solid. It's solid. You know, like this one has air inside. If you open it up, you'll find space. So that kind of makes it, it's not dead weight. That one is solid. I dropped that outside. It didn't have room to shock absorb. It broke a chip, and they never could. They didn't. The keyboard was so new, they couldn't even replace their own chip. So that's heavy, but it is. You see, I'm using a lighter stand with that. With this keyboard too, I need to take it apart and put it back in a gig bag. And when I take it out, I leave it in the gig bag. And this would stay in the gig bag too. When I'm out there, I like to leave the keyboard in the gig bag. So, but that stand attaches to the keyboard, so I need to put it in the gig bag and cut holes in the gig bag so I can attach the stand without taking it out of there. All this trade secret stuff. Trade secrets. Trade secrets. I hope you appreciate it. The things that took me years to learn, and I'm going to give them to you for free. I don't want to be greedy, but like I said, it's going to come a time where I'm going to stop giving secrets out if once everything starts picking up. But my dedicated people, I appreciate y'all watching, so y'all get the benefits. I'm going to go ahead. It's a long one here, and I think it was kind of interesting. Let me go. I'm getting boring. Take care. Make sure you leave a comment. If you can't leave a comment, go to Facebook. Try to send me a message for an invitation. I'm maxed out on my Facebook. You know what? I need to start figuring out my Twitter and my Instagram. I was hoping this young lady would contact me, but I need to do that. I need to set aside a time. Twitter and Instagram, they say I'm stuck on YouTube right now, and Facebook. I don't like Facebook at all. But I know people go viral on Twitter and Instagram. I need to get that Snapchat thing turned on too. It's so much to do, but don't let it discourage you. Keep moving forward. Try to divide your time up through the day. Time management. Here we go. Peace out. Peace and hair grease.